Welcome viewers. Today's topic we are going to discuss is number classification in reasoning, particularly for SSC. So what is classification? Classification means grouping certain things into groups based on a character, a similar character. See, we can classify not only numbers but also letters, alphabets, figures, etc. based on certain classification. See, to classify numbers, letters or figures, very important is a student should recognize a common character. So once a student recognized a common character, then the classification becomes very easy. Particularly in case of number series, student has to keep certain things in mind. What are they? What are the important things to classify the numbers? They are, number one, squares. These are very important because we can expect a lot of questions from squares in different formats. This format may be a n square format or n square plus 1 format, n square plus 2 format or n square plus 3 format. In the same way, we can expect n square minus 1 and n square minus 2 format as well. For example, look at one question. Simply he will give 4 letters or 4 numbers. You need to identify a common character. For example, if the question is like this, so we need to classify these numbers into one particular group based on a character. The moment I see this, I know 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9. Obviously, this is different one, 15. It is 4 square minus 1. So obviously, this is a different one. So this what we call it as a classification. In the classification, we need to identify a certain character that classifies the numbers. Okay. See, one need to know the squares up to 25 at least. Then the values near squares also. For example, the question may appear like this. How you will classify it? By the moment you see this, after remembering the values of n square and the values near to n square, directly I can say 3 square minus 1. This will be 4 square minus 1. This is 5 square minus 1. Here also you can write this also like 2 square minus 1. Here I give common, but generally one will be different. One number will be different. This may be 26 also. The moment it is go 26, the answer will become like n square plus 1. That is 5 square plus 1. See, like this kind of differentiation is also possible. So what I mean to say is simply the values of squares and the values near to the squares also is very important. So generally in your notes, you make a note of all n square values till 25. After making the n square values till 25, you make n square plus 1 values, n square plus 2 values as well. In the same way, n square minus 1 and n square minus 2 values also. And very important format in this particular squares is n square plus n and n square minus n. You will see lot of questions based on the format of n square plus n and n square minus 1. For example, remember these are the numbers that is given. See, generally you can't pick the answer like this. 6 is a, here only one digit is there, here 2 digits, here 2 digits, here 2 digits. Don't do like this. See, generally you have to observe the pattern that is given here. If you see this one, 2 square plus 2, 3 square plus 3, 4 square plus 4. So this is not in the format of n square plus n. So you may expect in the exam the values of n square plus n and the values of n square minus n. So one need to write your own notes for all the values near the squares, that is n square plus 1, n square plus 2. In the same way, n square minus 1 and n square minus 2, n square plus n and n square minus 1 minus n. So all these are the different possibilities to get the question. Next one. The next thing the student should know is cubes. These cubes are very, very important. In these cubes, we can expect n cube. Here also the format is same. The format of n cube minus 1, the format of n cube minus 2. In the same way, n cube plus 1 or n cube minus 1 format also we can expect. And the most important of all this is n cube plus n and n cube minus n. For example, if the question is based on n cube, if the question is like this, then directly you know this is, we can write as 2 cube, 3 cube, 4 cube. But if you see 120, we can write like 5 cube minus 5. This is minus n cube minus n format is there, this one. But you see remaining all these are directly is given cubes. So the common character for all these numbers is cubes. Based on this you are classifying it. So in the exam also or in your notes you just write like this, n cube minus 1, the value is near to n cube minus 1 as well. The moment you see the values near to this range, the what is important in the exam is you have to understand the values 8 and the values near to that, values to the 27, near to the values of 27, near to values of 64, values of near 125, 216, like that. If you, for example, if you understand carefully, the moment you see the range of numbers, you can easily understand it. It's not a big deal. See here, everywhere the case, the range of numbers is same. Here see 8, 27, 64, 120. Here also that 6, 27, 62, 120. The moment you see these values near to 25, values near to 60, values near to 120, values near to 210 or 220, the moment you see this, you in your mind you should get this format is n cube format. In the same way here also you just write your own series or the letters at the home. So n cube plus 1, see it will become n cube plus 1. So n cube minus 1. So all these types you have to write in the notes itself. The moment you see n cube plus n, this is very important. So 1 cube plus 1, 2 cube plus 2, 3 cube plus 3, 4 cube plus 4, 5 cube plus 5. See in this case also what I am saying is, just you remember the range of the letters. Whenever you see this 2, 10, 30, around 60, around 130, again 210 or 222, the moment you see this, you should get in your mind it is in a cubes format and check in the cubes format whether it is n plus 1 or plus 2 or minus 1 or minus 2 or n plus 1 or n cube plus n format or n cube minus n format. The student has to remember the range of the numbers in case of squares and cubes. That is very, very important. What are the other possible numbers that he may ask in the exam? We already saw squares and cubes. The next very important is prime number. So he will give 3 prime numbers and one will not be a prime number as well. For example, the question may be like 3, 7, 11 and 16. He will ask find out the odd one. The moment you see this, you should be in a position to recognize this 3, 7, 11, all these are prime numbers. So obviously they will form one group based on the character of prime numbers. Not only prime numbers, you have to remember the reverse of prime numbers also. What is meant by reverse of these prime numbers? In the exam, he may ask like 11, 31, 71, 81, like this. The moment you see this, you should be in a position that even you reverse this, you will get 11, even you reverse this, you will get 13, reverse, you will get 17, reverse, you will get 18. So these all these are again, it becomes what? Prime numbers. So what he did? Prime numbers, he reversed the prime numbers. So the moment you see the prime numbers, what are the different possible questions? One is reversing of prime. The second one is same here also. They may ask even like prime square. This also possible. Prime square plus 1, prime square minus 1, prime square plus 2, prime square minus 2. All these are possible. This in the format of squares. He may even ask prime cube, the values near the prime cube, that is prime cube plus 1, prime cube minus 1, prime cube plus 2, prime cube minus 2, or I am saying the different types of questions he may ask in the exam. These are very important. If you know these numbers very well, it's very less time, it will take very less time to analyze in the exam. So prime factor, prime numbers, so p plus 1, p plus 2 is possible. In the same way, prime numbers minus 1 and prime numbers minus 2 is also possible. And finally, he may ask prime number square plus p also. In the same way, prime cube plus p. So whenever he is asking the question in the format of prime square plus p and prime cube plus p, then it appears that the question is difficult kind of question. So all these are the different possible numbers he may ask in the exam to get the answer. Let's see what are the other possibles after squares, cubes and prime numbers. The student should know at least odd or even numbers. So the question is asked or based on odd or even numbers, means he will give 12, 16, 32 and he may ask 43 as well. He will ask that, try to classify it. The moment you see this, we know 12, 16 and 32, these are even numbers and 43 will become a odd number. So you can expect a question based on even numbers and odd numbers as well. And the next very important area we need to focus is very important, sum of digits. This is very important. We can expect questions based on sum of digits. Let's try to see what type of questions we can expect. For example, 14, 23, 32 or 50 or like 17. Now we will ask, try to classify it. See, in this case we will check squares, cubes, prime numbers, odd numbers, even numbers and even sum of digits also. The moment you see this 14, 1 plus 4 is 5, here 23, 2 plus 3 is also 5, then 50, then 5 plus 0 is also 5. The moment you see this 1 plus 7, it will become 8. So this is your different one compared to other. So your answer will be 17. So you can expect the questions even based on sum of digits as well. Apart from this, what are the different areas he may ask the questions? It may be a multiplication. You can see questions from divisions. You can see questions from additions. And you can see questions from subtractions as well. Not only this, to make the question difficult, what examiner will do? He started combining all this stuff. For example, he will try to combine addition and multiplication. So first he will multiply and then he will add, or then he will multiply, then he will subtract, or you have additions and subtractions as well. So based upon the combination of multiplications, divisions, additions and subtractions also, we can expect questions from this area as well. So what we need to remember, we should remember that the questions may be expected from squares, the values near to squares, cubes, values near to cubes, then prime numbers, odd numbers, even numbers, sum of digits and combinations, or sometimes single is also possible for multiplications, divisions, additions and subtractions. So let's see some questions. 24, 60, 124, 120. So these are the numbers. The moment you see, I already said that if you are able to remember these values near to cubes, you will get the answer very easily. 24, how can I write 24? 3 cube minus 3. 60, 4 cube minus 4. 210, 6 cube minus 6. 6 cube minus 6. The same way 124. See 124 I can write like 5 cube minus 1. So the format is n cube minus n format is there. So we need to remember this. This is very, very important, that the formats of n cube minus n and n cube plus n and of all the values near to cubes you should remember. Or sometimes you may say that not only n cube minus n format, or you can say that it is also in the another format as well. That is, see the next one, 24, which is divided by 3. So this value is divided by 3. You will get 8. This value is also divided by 3. Here also this is divided by 3. But 124 this cannot be divided by 3. So even division is also possible in this case. But the division is only single one, not the combination of multiplications and subtractions or multiplications and additions. Here even the division, that is divided by 3, then also we will get the answer. So either n cube minus 1 or division also, both are same. See this question. The moment you see this question, 8, 64, 9, 80, 7, 49, 6, 36. The moment you see the range of numbers 8, 64, exactly it is square. So that is 8 square. Here 6 and 36. This value is 6 square. 7, 49. Obviously the value will be 7 square. So what is 9 square? 9 square is 81. So your answer is 2. Or not only square, you can go with either root also. Either x square or root of x also is possible. Yes or no? For example, if you see root 64, it will become 8. The same way, root 49, it will become 7. Root 36, then it will become 6. Whereas in option 2, it is not possible. So either squares or square roots. Okay. You can do either case, both are correct. So in the examination, you can solve one particular question based on more than one method also. In this question, 26 62, 36 63, 46 64, 56 18. The moment you see this, same numbers are repeating. Obviously, it is interchanged their positions. For example, 26, when you interchange, it will become 62. 36, when you interchange, it will become 63. In the same way, 46 interchange, you will get 64. Obviously, with the 4 is not possible, so your answer is 4. So you one need to remember even the values that are interchanged also. See, sometimes what he will do, he will interchange the values of squares also. This is also very important to remember. He will interchange the values of squares. For example, let's see this one. The moment you see here, in this case we can clearly observe that these values are squares interchanged values. For example, 61, if you interchange, you will get 16. 52, you will interchange, you will get 25. 63, you interchange, you will get 36. But you interchange, you will get 17. If you interchange 71, you will get 17. See here, the squares inverted. Not only the numbers will invert, even he will invert the square values as well. So student needs to remember this as well. Look at this question. In this particular question, 39 117, the moment you see this, always check the range. 39 117, so it is increasing, the range is increasing. Here 41 to 164, here also the range is increasing. 66 to 198, range is increasing. 71 to 213, the range also increasing. The moment you see this, now you check that how many times it is increasing. That is very important. How many times? For example, 39 and 117, the moment you see this, it is multiplied by 3 times because it is increasing by 3 times. So it is just a multiplication here. In the same way, 66 3 times, 198. In the same way, 71 3 times multiplied by 3 times, you will get 213. So 41 3 times is 123. So your answer is option 2 is the answer. Or you may divide also. See, when you multiply by 3 from your right side to left side, if you want moving from your left side to right side, just you have to divide it by 3, then also it is correct. For example, just you are dividing by 3, this is also correct. If you divide it by 3, then also it is correct. Here also if you divide it by 3, then also it is correct. Either multiplied by 3 or divided by 3, both these are correct. So you can follow any method. See the next question. In this case, 540, 1260, 432, 1188. The moment I see this, 5 is a small number and 40 is a big number. Obviously, from small number to big number, if I want to move from small number to big number, what are the possible ways? The possible ways are either square, cube, or multiplication. So these three you have to remember. The moment you see the number from small number to big number, what you have to analyze in the exam is either it may be a square or cube or multiplication. So try to check with these three, you may get the answer. But in this case, directly I know that 540, it is 8 times. So 5 8 times 40, 4 8 times 32, 11 8 times 88. So obviously your answer is 2. Next question. See the numbers 2314, 3627, 2982, 1845. See here, what I said, you have to check the range. Based on the range, I can conclude that I can come to certain point whether it is a squares, cubes, or a multiplication or division or subtraction. The moment I see 14 and 23, see 14 and 23, they are not very far, they are very near. So the difference, if you see the difference also, it is come to 9 here. So here also there is no much difference, 27 and 39. But you can see here 29 and 82, 18 and 45, I can't come to that range of difference. And I need to look, you can't see 999 difference in all this stuff, right? So I can't take this one. Can I check with squares? Not possible, because 23, I can write like 5 square minus 2, but 14, not possible. 36, a perfect square, but 27, it's a cube. Then 29, 82, 18, 45. So in this case, the logic that I will get is here in this case, the squares are not possible, the multiplication is not possible, again the subtractions is also not possible, additions is also not possible. If all these are not possible, we have to go for what? Sum of digits. I always said this is very, very important. Then we have to check sum of digits. Now let's check with the sum of digits. 23, 14. So 23 I can write like 2 plus 3 is 5. In the same way, 1 plus 4 is also 5. In the same way, 3 plus 6, 9 is equal to 2 plus 7 is also 9. In the same way, 1 plus 8 is also 9 and 4 plus 5 is also 9, but which is not possible with option 3. So here in this case, the common character is sum of digits. See, sometimes the student may misinterpret that. How? They feel that, students may feel that 36 and 27. The moment they say that, okay, these two are squares and cubes, that is, I can write 36 as 6 square, whereas 27 as 3 cube, right? Then you feel that, okay, squares and cubes are possible only in option 2. In the remaining cases, it is not possible. So I may go for option 2 as well. No, that is not the case, because in this case, which one is the bigger one? That is, sum of digits is the bigger one. Why sum of digits is bigger one? Because in this case, common for first number, common for second number, and common for third number. Then I will get the answer as 3. But in case of cube, only this one is common, right? And the remaining all we can't say. So that this is the sum of digits is more nearer to the answer compared to squares and cubes. So you give priority to sum of digits. Next question. See here you are having some numbers. You try to classify based on a character. So how you will get idea? See the idea here. 5, 3, 2, 9, big number here. 2, 3, 4, 9, big number here. 1, 4, 3, 9, big number here. 3, 2, 3, 8, here also big number. So always you have a big number on the last. So when big number on the last, you try to add this to get the big number. So if you see here, it is 5, 3, 2, 9, no, you won't get the answer, but it's check with option 2, that is 2 plus 4 plus 3, that will be equal to the last one, that is 9. In the same way, 3 plus 2 plus 3, that equal to 8, that is the last one. In the same way, 1 plus 4 plus 3, that is equal to 8. So how I got that idea? I got that idea based upon, because in all the cases, the last number is the bigger one. When this last number is bigger one, so then I will try to add. If it is very big, then I will try to multiply. It's even very big, then I will go with the squares. Even it is very big, then I will go with the cubes. So the student has to get that observation the moment he see the numbers, how much it is increasing, how much it is decreasing, what is the range, what is the difference between the numbers, in which format it is there. So you need to observe all this stuff. See the next question. In this question also, the moment you see these numbers, observe which number is the bigger number. In this case, 22 is the bigger one, 34 is the bigger one, 37 is bigger one, and 54 is the bigger one. See, with the numbers of 5 and 4, you need to get 20, means you have to multiply. That is 5 4 times, you will get 20. But what is there here? 22. So just I will try to add 2. Then I will get answer 22. Here two things are involved. What are they? That is combination, that is multiplication and addition. So because of this multiplication and addition, you are getting a big number. See, check the option 2 also. 8, 4, you multiply 4, 8, 32, again plus 2, you will get 34 as the answer. So here also multiplication and addition. Then answer is option 3, because 9 4s are 36, 36 plus 2 is 38. So your answer is 3. So here also you observe the range. If the range is bit more, I just went for multiplication. Today, in case of number classification, we saw what are the different types of classifications in the numbers that are possible based on the format of squares and the range of squares, cubes and the values near the range of cubes, then prime numbers and values near the range of prime numbers, odd numbers, even numbers, sum of digits, additions, divisions, multiplications and subtractions. Moreover, we also saw the format of divisions and multiplication, the combination of divisions and multiplications, additions and subtractions as well. Thank you.